When the woman first learned that her son had been diagnosed with leukemia, she didn't rush him to the hospital. Instead, she locked him in the chicken coop. Everyone condemned her for being heartless, for not caring about her own son's illness, but no one knew the truth. She wasn't cruel. She was just too aware that her son was no ordinary child, because she had been reborn. In her previous life, when her son complained of pain, she had knelt on the street, begging passers-by to take him to the clinic. When the diagnosis of leukemia came, she had exhausted herself borrowing money. Every cent of the 100,000 yuan for treatment was borrowed on her knees, with deep bows, to stay in the country and take care of her son. She had given up her chance to go abroad, letting a scheming woman take her place. She had thought her sacrifices would earn her some genuine affection, but she realized too late the so-called cancer was a sham. The 100,000 yuan for treatment had all gone to the scheming woman for her studies abroad. Meanwhile, she had spent half her life counting money for others. When the scheming woman returned from overseas, her husband turned against her, locking her in a shed without food or water. Her son, disgusted by her, wouldn't even feed her. She had starved to death in a dilapidated corner of the house. But who could have imagined that when she opened her eyes, she was back to the very day when it all began. She heard her son start to complain of pain again, but she just watched coldly, and locked him in the chicken coop. The husband, who had rushed over, immediately started shouting at her, calling her inhumane. He then put on a show of taking their son to the clinic, and the scheming woman appeared just in time, waving the fake cancer test results in her face. The husband immediately demanded that she give up her chance to go abroad, saying the child's life was more important. The scheming woman, pretending to be upset but actually overjoyed, thought she would get her way this time. But the woman no longer trusted anyone. She grabbed her son and said that such a small clinic wasn't reliable, and they needed to go to a big hospital for a recheck. Sure enough, the doctor said her son was in perfect health. The ill-intentioned woman couldn't pretend any longer, and immediately dragged her husband outside to complain and to try to get herself a chance to go abroad. The man immediately had a wicked thought. He knew that if the woman got pregnant, she wouldn't be able to go abroad. So that night, he quietly sneaked into the woman's room, but she kicked him out and locked the door. The next morning, the woman went straight to the leader, saying she was willing to give up her family for the country's development and requested a quick divorce and the chance to study abroad. The leader, seeing her determination, immediately approved and even gave her special permission to skip the normal process and start training the next day. But just as she was about to leave, the man blocked her way, saying that his parents were sick and needed her as a daughter-in-law to fulfill her duty. He took the opportunity to snatch her certificate to go abroad and gave it to the scheming woman, then pushed her to the ground with his strength. The scheming woman, with the certificate in hand, got on the bus triumphantly. Fortunately, a neighbor saw them bullying the woman and quickly reported it to the leader. Just as the man was about to drag the woman back, the leader arrived just in time.